good afternoon to you. Yesterday we had a brief spell of warmth. It's mostly gone now. Still quite warm in the southeast of the country, but it is cooling off as we head into the weekend. Guess what? Low pressure is paying us a visit once again. It seems to always arrive at the weekend. Trust us, it's nothing to do with us. And then an outlook into next week. Here's this sort of schematic of the jet stream. Very close by, right over us, low pressure close by too. And that means that any heat coming in from the south, guess what, will be deflected to more eastern parts of Europe, but it may waft into the south for a time. So here's the outlook then. Notice that unsettled picture over the weekend. Sunny spells and showers, not too bad. Some of us love this kind of weather. And then towards the middle end of the week ahead, it does look as though it turns a little bit warmer.
Good afternoon. After yesterday's glorious sunshine, not quite wall-to-wall sunshine this afternoon. Nonetheless, plenty of sunny spells, bit of patchy cloud and staying largely dry and still feeling warm. And also the temperature very much suppressed compared to the last few days with highs of 22 Celsius.
A thoroughly mixed weekend in prospect, I have to say, and things have started to change a little bit after some summer warmth this week. Temperatures have started to drop. Today's been a slightly less warm day than yesterday for many. Yesterday 28 there for Aberystwyth, but just 21 today. It did stay pretty warm in parts of eastern England, but as we head into the weekend, we will stick with a slightly cooler feel. Quite breezy as well with some showers, but not a complete washout. The further south and east you are, actually, there will be quite a lot of dry weather, 18 to 23 degrees. Let me show you next week, though. It does start on a fairly unsettled note, but by the end of the week, there are some signs that it might start to turn drier and indeed a little bit warmer.
Today was a very nice day. Wondering if it's going to last into the weekend.
Yeah, quite warm and muggy today, wasn't it, Assad? The weekend looks quite mixed, actually, but it's certainly not a complete washout, not by any means. Today we had some blue skies, some cloudier skies at times as well. Let me show you what happens in terms of the temperatures, in terms of the air mass. We'll take a look at how we start to drag in some warm air by the end of the week. So actually, after a more unsettled weekend and start to next week, it then looks like turning drier and warmer again. Assad.
Ben, thanks very much. Certainly looking forward to that. Thank you.
Now, we saw early in the programme, didn't we, the seals losing their summer coats. They've decided that summer is over and they don't need them anymore. They're getting their winter coats on.
I think a lot of people are doing that. Even when the seals start complaining about the weather, as a weather presenter, you know you're in trouble. But I hope they can change costumes fairly quickly because actually, yes, this is too late for an April Fool's. There is a possibility that things are actually going to get hotter. Let me show you what's happening. Now, bear in mind that we're still, meteorologically speaking, quite some time away because what we're talking about is an event that happens next weekend. But look what happens over the next few days. We've got the oranges over us at the moment, which shows temperatures fairly average. But as we move towards the middle of the week, we are expecting a little bit of the heat that sits across Europe at the moment to start dragging itself in from the south. So that means that there's a very good chance, we're not nailing it on quite yet, but there's a very good chance that as we move towards the end of next week, the temperatures are going to be starting to rise. Let me show you what I think. Now, this really is just an excuse to show you some lovely high figures because really we haven't had a lot of that recently. Can you believe it? The last time that we saw temperatures of 32 degrees, which is our warmest temperature that we've seen so far this year, which feels a bit pitiful, doesn't it, was on the 25th of June in Lincolnshire. By the end of next week, we might even be matching it. Yes, that's right. Next Friday or Saturday, we could be seeing temperatures that rise to around or even surpass our warmest day of the year so far. So still, it is going to be one in the mix, let's say, one to watch, but definitely confidence is increasing all the time. Let's have a look at the weekend forecast. So just to manage expectations, we are not going to be having a heat wave this weekend. It has been lovely and warm, hasn't it, for the last couple of days. This weekend, though, it's back to the same old, I'm afraid. Not quite as warm. Sunny spells, showery rain, you know the drill, and quite windy at times as well. The potential maybe for things escalating to a low-level weather warning for those showers through tomorrow across the northwest. So really the most exciting thing that's going to be happening this weekend is going to be the fact that the Perseid meteor shower, which everyone's been talking about, is really going to peak over the weekend, best in the east, after 11 o'clock at night. And I think we're going to have a good chance of seeing them. Exciting.
Oh, I'll look skyward. All right, Becky, thanks.